What is going on, Warriors? It is your boy Shin Ryu, and it is time for another Street Fighter Duel video. So there's been what you would call a major stuff that has been brewing since the announcement of the turtle attack, the turtle event, TMNT event, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so there's been a lot of revelation since the stuff has been unveiled today, and the thing that has sort of stood out the most out of everything, the one thing that was never anticipated, is the TMNT tickets, or as they're well called, TMNT wish tickets. Okay, so obviously, why am I talking about these tickets here? It's because of one particular situation, or like I say, it's a bit of a multiple situation here. First things first is with obviously with the announcement of TMNT, as it's been teased for quite a while. Several people, those who are fans, those who have been anticipating character, those who couldn't wait for the character to land. We're talking about Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo, have been stacking up and purchasing their regular dose of special summon tickets, right? Now, I'm not in that bracket because, like I said before, I've sort of made my peace that I'm going to have to start slow, and I have other priorities with regards to characters right now, but I will make sure that I actually want to get them. And I think my priority is mainly going to be on the EX move, if the EX move ends up being something like what Virgil is like, meaning those kind of EX moves that you can't do without, right? So that's what I'm actually stacking up right now with regards to the event. But otherwise, all the other stuff here has just been like, let's see how everything goes and we react accordingly. But for now, I'm not rushing to stack up summon tickets ever since I've gotten my Ivoriu, my Oni, and my Gokin out of the way. Going a little bit slower with Trendy Akuma. I kind of put a hold on it because we're gonna have to see how this stuff works out with regards to the conversion of the special summon tickets, and that's what it's getting to right now. As you can see here, typically they give us 5 tickets, just like they would typically do with the special summon tickets. But there is one key issue right now that's sort of like troubling the community, and knowing the devs, I gotta be on the pessimistic side until things actually unveil themselves. Okay, now if for example, you know, it is on a ratio of 2 to 1, getting one TMNT ticket would cost you 2 special summon tickets. Then for me, this guy here, my current, ticket is probably going to stay put. Okay, I'm probably going to just stack it up for something else that might be more important in the future. There are still a lot of crazy characters to expect, and especially someone pool, including Trendy Bison. I'm sure Trendy Bison is not going to be just a free or Linja or some regular pop-up character. It's not going to get the same treatment that Trendy Ryu got. It's definitely going to be a special summon character for sure. So it was super worth hanging on to your summon tickets. What would really be important is how soon do you want to max out your turtles, okay? And that's gotten me to the second point here. All right. Now, there's some, there's a possible instance that because of how things are like the same here, and also with the chaotic starlight still representing the best value for maxing out your character, that it could end up being 1 for 1. Like it's just only this ticket are just exclusive for the turtles. Once the turtles are done, they turn to gems, so that way you can stack up for the next set of turtles. Because that's what you could probably be planning. They want to make sure that you can only pull Leonardo or Michelangelo however way they want to work it during the period of this first event, and then the part 2 you can now focus your tickets once again and start gathering from scratch towards Raphael slash Donatello. Okay, depending on if Donatello and Michelangelo aren't slated as legendary characters. Now, this is now the third part that actually has got me a little bit worried. It just kind of came up my head, and I wanted to make sure that at least I addressed it, especially if it ends up being the case. Hopefully, I'm sure a lot of people will hoping that that's not the case. But depending on what view you're looking at, it could end up being the case here. Okay. Now, where am I getting to? There's going to be an opportunity to just focus all your energy on one character at a time. Okay. In the TMNT tickets in this case, However, if they want to make things a little bit more interesting, which I think makes no sense, I like if I'm thinking, what is the essence of having these tickets here and giving them a different currency look without the value actually being different as well? The only thing I can see is that, okay, once the event ends, before the next event, you can't just skip the ones you get it from here and use it in the next one. That's the only thing that can actually be said, all right? And but the thing is, it actually doesn't really make much sense to me unless there's a difference in value. Maybe the value is not going to be as 1 to 2, it could be 1 to 1.5 or whatever. It could maybe not just be whatever, but for me, I'm going to say that it being 1 to 1 might be tough. But here's not the real kicker here. The kicker is everyone is assuming, and as you can see here, Donatello is the only character that pops up here right now. Donatello is going to be the special or TMNT wishlist character to pick up. And Michelangelo, in this case, is just going to automatically be a legendary character, just like how Nero got the treatment, okay? However, if you guys remember, Nero, let's see, Virgil was in the special summon pool, okay? So you had to get him through, these options here. He was an option in the wish list while it was available. The only difference is that as soon as he was gone, he disappeared. So why am I saying this? If this is the case right now with regards to, the Virgil, trying to compare it to Virgil and Nero, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. And they will say, okay, you know what? Maybe that's why we're using these special summon tickets here. It just to justify the fact that it is temporary, and once the character is over, then the stuff is over, right? Meaning the value would make sense for it to be 1 to 1 with regards to special summon to TMNT tickets, right? However, what about if this is what is now the real situation where rather than having a pool where in the previous case Virgil was part of this special summon tickets, you get a different pool, obviously TMNT wish list, whatever, and you have an option to pull between Donatello and Michelangelo. I don't know if anyone has thought about that before, but that could actually be what you call the Stone Cold Stunner that could be delivered to most of the fans here. Okay, now obviously there's a particular we don't want to upset upset our fans. We want to make sure that they are happy. They want a TMNT. It's finally here for them. Let them enjoy it. But at the same time, they're also money focused. And honestly, like everyone has said before, even especially, Hazing, shout out to Hazing, for example, he has emphasized on the value of getting a character based on the ledger status compared to trying to max him out from scratch all the way to, triple S plus 5. What if they're like, you know what, we need to max out these TMNT characters? Do we have any other collabs coming up in the future? Do we even have any collabs? Is this our way that we should go towards collab characters? Let's try and max out the amount. And of course, if you look at the TMNT, we have fans who have different favorites across the board. Rather than maybe just giving them an option where, you know what, you get all TMNT tickets, focus it on Leonardo. You now have the TMNT tickets, and you have to decide between Leo and Mikey. And that's going to be the biggest crazy, uh, shocker if that actually were to go through. Now, in all honesty, this is just me just trying to think about every possible scenario because, like I've thought about it before, my main issue is why does this ticket actually exist? All right, it makes no sense for this ticket to be worth 2, except they want to actually milk the fans hype because they are very much aware that the fan has been waiting for TMNT for the longest time. So they think, you know what, this is our best chance to make as much money as possible on this game. Let's make people go for waste the special summon tickets and lose the value by going on 2-1. Or you know what, we can keep it at 1 to 1 not as if they don't go with 2 to 1 anyways, but rather than having to just pull one character with this one, because this is all dedicated towards one character, let's make them have to pick options or have to, push to get more TMNT tickets so that they can get both Leo and Mikey. That is going to be pretty much the craziest case scenario, but we're hoping that it's not the case. Eh? For me, for example, I think it's the only reason why I might not mind that is because you know Donnie and Ralph are pretty much two of my my favorite turtles, but they're both also in the same boat in that Leo and Mikey. So they might end up if they go with the you know legendary slash special summon, in this case TMNT wishlist character, then it's going to pretty much be the same, right? With Don and Ralph, right? But that's what I want to just put out there. A lot of focus has been on how unfair it could end up being if the ticket conversion pretty much isn't accurate, because everyone has pretty much put their minds on special summon tickets, and I feel like the chance of it being 1 to 1 is really really slim because, in my opinion, there is no reason for creating a special pool, you know, for these turtles, because if anything it works against the devs in terms of making money, because now you have tickets that you don't have to worry about using on other characters. You just have to focus them on TMNT characters, and you can still get special summon tickets and then use them on TMNT characters as well. So what better way for them to maximize this than to kind of make the cost at the bare minimum, you know at least at the maximum 2 to 1, right? Because 3 to 1 be insane. Like, I don't think anyone's going to go for it if it's more than two. They probably need people to. They've seen people hoard their special summon tickets rather than use it, and now they're going to try and find a way to make sure that you don't. You have no choice than to go and use them on the character that's set for you before, or you're going to have to at least pay the price by taking that 50%, loss in getting the special summon tickets in the TMNT wish tickets. But that was pretty much my opinion here, my thoughts I've been thinking about here, especially on the fact that it could possibly be a case where you have to pull either one of these two turtles from the wish list, because why they call it TMNT wish ticket? Like, wish, like, what do you wish for? Do you wish for Leo or do you wish for Mikey? That's where the crazy stuff is, right? I'm just thinking out loud, and I wanted to share my thoughts out there. Let me know what you guys think. Has this actually crossed your mind already? It's still work period for me, so it's kind of like tough for me to sort of focus on Discord for now. But let me know what you guys think with regards to the event itself, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Cheers.